All right, good.
He didn't call me.
No, he didn't. That's your job. You
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go to the
not
gym,
working.
then you go.
I thought I got fired from that job before I quit.
You gonna be there forever?
Oh,
No.
no, you're the only one that can take care of you like that.
3 decks and
Okay.
completely-
I didn't go to the gym this morning. I got up and I said, no.
Maybe Wednesday.
I
Yeah, find out
got my
the
front deck, I
Okay.
got my 2
Holiday.
posts, I got my 2 focal posts, my railings.
Yeah, like a
She
minute.
comes out this morning, she has those-
What time is it?
It says 1 minute of
Okay. I'm only gonna 1 minute.
55.
So everything, I
50.
already cut it off boards.
I'm not doing that. That's
I'm
enough.
like, all of this, so she was doing this, she's got 8-foot stairs going down. So she has no.
Tell me this before I did almost.
We prepped 3-foot steps, now they're 8 feet. I'm like, what does that do? Oh, man, she's still. And it's supposed to be. 3 feet. Oh,
I don't like what- what-
I think I'm gonna like, I think I was gonna like work from like.
Oh,
15.
you.
So-
10.
I'm like, I got 59, so, you know.
Yep.
I can work the sun around the house, so if I start on one side, avoid the sun from.
Sorry.
We had already agreed that I was gonna work at all. for the next couple of weeks.
Are we on? We're good?
We were just waiting until 6 o'clock.
Which clock? Your clock?
Six o'clock, there we go.
So I'll make a motion to nominate Jessica Pickard as chair for the select board
We're having a public hearing.
for the year 2024 to 2025. We need a chair.
I'll second that.
I'll nominate Victoria Gable as chair.
Just haven't.
In the past, that's actually out of order.
Mhm.
So we'll take one vote at a time.
Hold that as-
So a motion was made, it was second. So there's any discussion? No? All in favor? You can vote, Jess.
I want her to vote. Well, she does, so she's voting, man.
Yep.
I want her to be chair. She didn't want it last.
Congratulations.
I didn't want it last year. In fairness, I did not.
Congratulations, Jess.
Okay, so then next on the docket is vice chair. We have to nominate a vice chair.
I nominate Victoria Gable for vice chair.
If you want. You're part of the board?
You
Yeah,
can-
I'll second that motion. Any discussion on that? I guess I would confirm that that's something that you want to do first.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Do whatever.
Any other discussion on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Can we, talk at all about what just happened?
Do you want your chair?
No, I have a chair right here.
Do you want to sit here where the vice chair?
Well,
normally does?
I just, it's just weird that we didn't even really open the meeting. We did not pledge the flag. You opened with the motion. It's the
We-
same thing that happened last year.
We don't,
Last year, it was just jump right into it.
you need a chair to move
But
a
why
meeting
can't you
forward.
open the meeting like,
Who's opening the meeting?
why couldn't we somebody open the meeting? What, this is the same thing that happened last year. It feels like getting run over. Like, that's what it feels like.
Oh, it shouldn't.
Well, I'm just saying that That's how it is.
Are you taking the vice chair?
You just elected me.
Okay.
Would you like to sit here?
I'm sitting here today.
Okay.
It's all good.
So now we're gonna open our meetings. Welcome to the June 17th, 2024 regular meeting of the Lyman Select Board. It's a public proceeding and it's being recorded. We'll go ahead and do the pledge of allegiance and then we'll get into the public hearing portion. Oh, hey, it's right there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So now we're gonna jump into item number 1, section B. We have a special amusement permit application for Rustic Dreams. So we have this is the public hearing portion of that, correct? So essentially Rustic Dreams has submitted for their special amusement permit, and I believe that's the renewal of their license as well, right?
Different things.
Yeah.
The public hearing is technically for the special meeting.
Perfect, okay. You guys wanna kick us off?
Nope, just,
No? Okay.
I mean, yeah, just, it's been great here. We got a lot of support from our community and neighbors and no complaints and no injuries, no police phone calls unless, the only reason they're there is if they're invited or someone having an event wants police present, but, no issues, so I feel pretty good about that.
Perfect,
The way we're doing things, we're keeping everyone safe.
okay.
As a neighbor, I'll speak up and say, no issues.
Okay.
Very respectful.
Yeah, quite a few neighbors here.
As another neighbor, I get on that.
Can we have
Can we
them
have-
state their
yeah.
names and stuff?
I hate to make this super.
Yeah, no,
formal,
it's
but we just
fine.
need we need people to speak into the microphone, just so that people on YouTube can hear it as well. So if you don't mind standing up and just saying your name and sharing that, that'd be
Richard Emmons,
fantastic.
you want me to speak to the microphone?
Just because that's the way people hear us.
Hi, I'm Richard Emmons. I'm a neighbor. Keith's been a great neighbor. His venue, everybody talks about it. It's a beautiful building. We've never had any troubles with anybody there.
Excellent, thank you.
My name is Dave Lavoy. I'm a resident of Lyman. I live right beside the venue. It's been a pleasure to have it there, actually. The events, there's nothing that's ever happened detrimentally to the community. It's really a pleasure to have it there. I look right over the venue, and I'm glad it's there. It's a great development.
Excellent, thank you. Any other public comment? No? Okay. Any questions from the board?
I do. So we got a report from the CEO, fire chief, and the electrical inspector today. And according to this, there was 9 discrepancies and then 1 consent agreement that you have signed.
Correct.
As of right now, have any of these discrepancies been taken care of?
All of them except 2. There was 2 I was just looking into a little further. One would be the thing in the attic. They want a fire barrier there. Having little issues with a couple different other places saying they don't see how that. And for me to be able to see the code I actually just seen just now, that I can have someone look into that, because from what I'm being told, it's different from that actually being a requirement. But now that I have this, I can look up this NFPA 13.3.1 to see that in the attic, they want a fire barrier, like that separates the attic from that, even though the attic isn't used for anything. The Maine State Fire Marshals has never heard anything like that. And I've spoken to other people in positions that just haven't seemed to ever heard anything like that. It's because it's apparently like a open to the ceiling. There's no ceiling there like there is in the rest of the building. but the attic is like closed off itself and has a door, so it's like not open. There's still a door that blocks the attic, and we're talking about the space in the attic that you walk up like a little 2x4 thing to the attic, and none of the space is used. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world to do it, but if it doesn't have to be done, I didn't see why I'd have to do it. So
Okay.
there was that one. And then I was first under the implication that it was railings that were required, but looking into it, since I'm below 30 inches off the ground, I just need to do handrails. So I'm glad I didn't go purchase like full railings and do it, because it's a lot more expensive than just doing handrails, since the height, I actually found out anything under 30 inches just required a handrail.
Okay.
So I was waiting on confirmation on that before I went and did all that till I got that information. So those are the only two things on that list that haven't been met.
Okay.
I still, I'm gonna do the handrails because I know that I've gotten that 100% has to be done. There's a couple other things I've done. I'm having a hard time see them, why they had to be done. There's been some miscommunications on how old CEOs did things versus new CEOs.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's a conflict of interest to maybe somehow like get down to the bottom of this eventually and how things were done and why they were done, because I can say why they were done, but like my word's not really going to be taken. Like we have to know how they were done, why they were done. I don't really think it can come from me. In regards to my occupancy of the building, as far as I'm aware, for the past two CEOs was based on my septic design and what my septic can hold. It was 128, but that's all we knew at the time. Not Patty, but the last CEO told me I needed to get my septic inspected, my leach field, and a design done because the town did not have it. They had to have it at one point because I wouldn't have had it, but it got lost. So I paid a wetland septic scientist to come out and test the system, do my design for me. It came back at 176 people. I dropped that off to the town hall, to the old CEO. She had the paperwork here. She just never did anything with it. She didn't change the occupancy. She didn't get into that, which if that's what the town was going by, was my leach field, my septic design. As far as I know, first CEO, second CEO, that's what it was. That's what I had to show proof of. I did it. I paid the $600. I had the scientist come out, got my number, dropped it off. Since then, figuring that's what it goes by, we're good. We've now booked events that are 150, 160. So I know now it's like possibly a thing we might be staying at the 128, and I don't see why we should be doing that.
As far as I'm concerned, that's something that you'll need to deal with.
Yeah, I
during
just
the
don't know. I
CEO.
need to get
I
on the
think
same
that
page as
that's-
that one way or another, because
Yeah.
it is a big
It
issue.
doesn't affect that part of what we're
Yeah,
doing
no.
tonight.
I just, something I don't know how to bring up to try and get down to the bottom of that. Any help I can get, I would appreciate. So, other than that, that's basically all I have. My only two concerns were getting them two more things done for you guys and then, figuring out my occupancy. Thank you.
Jess, I have a question.
Anyone else have questions? Sorry.
Oh, anybody first? To the CEO. The application is a renewal, correct?
Correct.
So when he first got his occupancy permit, what was the code at that time?
The code that she cited at that time was the 2015.
It would be best, please.
Good evening. So the code she cited on their certificate of occupancy in 2021 was the 2015 building code, which includes the 2015 plumbing code, which is what talks about the number of facilities you have to have in the building.
And what was that number?
Well, she was fine with the 128, and with the calculations, I was fine with the 128. That's why I had said that more than that, you might run into an issue and it might need to be addressed.
How about the handicap? Did that change after 2015?
I have not gotten the codes for the ADA handicap yet in my training, so that I'm not sure of. I just noted it on there, and I believe that Keith was working towards putting a second handicap in anyway, just to make it easy for everybody. Am I correct in that? That's what you're talking about today?
I put bars in.
That's all I asked for.
But it's not an ADA compliant stall.
You're not going to have the radius.
It doesn't have the radius.
Yep.
It didn't bend. The fire marshals who have dealt with on it, everything's fine with the building. As far as they're concerned, they passed me numbers to the main plumbing association to speak with them as well. So I started going down that. It's called a rabbit hole. And I did reach out and speak to the old CEO in regards to that, and she did say 2015 code, but building code, not plumbing code. So if you look at my occupancy, it says 2015 building code, it doesn't say plumbing code. She wasn't going by the 2015 plumbing code. If she did, it would say plumbing code on it, but it's just the building code.
So you'll check into that because I think that's going to affect the urinal as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
I agree.
That's all I have.
Anybody else?
So my question, I guess, would just be, you went there on Thursday and came up with this list, and you all kind of are working together. You've accomplished the majority of this list, it sounds like, and you feel comfortable with that progress, Brenda?
I really do. He's been in communication with me, I think, pretty much every day, making sure everything was good. So he's trying to be compliant.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay.
That was gonna be my question too.
Mhm.
Does anyone else have a question? Any other public comment? So we'll close.
I'll speak up again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Sorry, now you gotta come back.
As I understand it, there's a discrepancy on the amount of people he can have there because of the septic system.
Mhm.
What's wrong with putting a couple of porta potties in if he has a function that goes over that 128?
I think that's a code enforcement question. I think our perspective tonight is to approve the special amusement permit and renew the liquor license.
Yeah,
And
what-
then after that,
I'm just asking the question because he's already got functions
yeah. I think
booked
that's
that are over that. Would it-
Sounds like a question we could look into and get back on. It's not something we have an
They
answer on.
said that was, I remember a meeting last year and they said that was totally fine. After I did that, she did come up and I was like, you can just bring in. Because
right.
they have nice quarter potties now for weddings. It's not like
Yeah.
your porto potty. It is
Yeah.
like a glamping.
Right.
Sorry, I was about to say, there's no fancy porta
You
potties.
know, it's like, that's what they would be renting. Yeah.
To your point, though, it's still.
I just want something to put
Yeah.
sauce on.
Yeah, I think it's a valid thing to bring up.
I know, right?
So, perfect. All right, so without further comment, we're gonna go ahead and close the public hearing portion of this.
Need a motion for that?
No,
I don't
we
think
don't
so.
make motions in
Well,
public
to
hearing.
close the hearing. yeah.
I think we just say.
Just close
Just
it.
close it.
We've always just closed it because you guys don't make any decisions or motions in a public.
Now we're gonna come back into our meeting. I don't know if everyone feels comfortable taking action on this or.
I'll make a motion to approve the special amusement permit application.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then liquor license separate? Is that part of this or am I making that up?
That's okay.
So
Yeah.
all you do is the special amusement and on the liquor license.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion for the council.
I'll make the same motion for the liquor license for Rustic Dreams.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
think they're doing a good job over there, and they have functions.
Thanks everyone for
It's
coming.
fun.
You're more than welcome to hang out with us.
Yeah, come on.
Or not. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I didn't hear the music stop.
I know. You too. You guys can spread out. Okay. All right, so we will keep moving right along. Item C, welcome to new select board members. So Lindsay put together this great one pager, which is in our packet, and it just talks about some of the things as we put together a new select board with 2 new members. And just some of the things that we've worked on. I know she included or sent out, yeah, you included copies of that in the electronic email. There's some copies of some of the stuff that we worked on in the past year, maybe 2 or a year and a half, I guess. Some of the trainings that are available and some of which are required, which I think Joe probably some of those you've done anyway as part of planning board. But, some of you know that I love workshops. These 2 in the front row too. I just wonder if it makes sense, and I'm totally open, people don't want to do this, but to schedule a workshop just to kind of all get on the same page with all the stuff that's out there that we're operating with, and maybe even crazy ideas, set some goals for the year ahead.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. It was,
And you've said
you
that a
know,
few
if I
times
wanted to
last
be-
year.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
Priorities, I mean, work to those and then make some more and make some more and go, because it seems like, you know,
When it's easy just to get into
it's
the
easy.
agenda,
Yeah.
right? And that's, yeah. So I don't know if everyone has a calendar. Did you bring it, Mickey?
Didn't bring one of the stickers. That's all right.
It's
No
okay.
stickers today.
Fair.
I want to give myself some. Like,
Uh, So I think I don't know what everyone's availability looks like. I can work around people if I need to, so. Any
When-
thoughts?
When were you thinking?
Well, our next regular scheduled meeting would be Tuesday the 2nd, right, of July?
July 1st.
First.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not a holiday, my bad. July 1st. We could try to fit something in next week if that works for everybody, or we can do that following.
Monday.
We don't really, it's the end of the month. Next week,
It is.
coming on to the end of the month. That's crazy, but,
Oh, I was like, does that not work? Does Monday work? Or-
it's just nuts anyway, but whatever you want to do,
What
y'all
works?
decide, I'll be here.
What works for you though?
Whatever it is, you guys decide and I'll come.
Okay. 24th could work for me, if it works for
That
others.
doesn't work for me.
Good thing you sit over there now.
What date did you say?
24th, Monday. Next week, next Monday.
What time?
24.
Is anyone in here?
Comp plan committee's here, but they can go to the library or something.
Just that.
I think there's a bullying policy in here somewhere.
We could, yeah, I can make that work. And get Michelle the key.
24th? 6?
Yeah.
6 work?
Works out.
Yep. All right,
Sorry, Madam Chair.
yes.
Item 1A also mentioned the fire commission member.
Yes, thank you for that nudge. So we elected select board chair, vice chair, and then one of the other vacancies is fire commission. That was a seat that a prior select board member held that we need to fill, so.
I'd rather have that than vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Victoria Gable for the fire commissioner member.
You saying you're stepping down from vice chair?
No, I was just comparing the two. I said I would rather than, if somebody else wants one of these positions, I don't want to be a position hog, but I would be more than happy to serve in any capacity.
Can you elaborate on what happens at the fire commission meetings? I've never been to one, so I don't.
Secret society.
Oh.
We meet once a month on Thursday. It's usually the first Thursday of the month.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Tom Hatch, 133 Frost Road. And we meet at the fire station, and the agenda is set by the chief, and budgets and incidents that have happened, and we support him. It's an hour a month.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
I would be interested in that if Vicky, if you don't want to do
So-
that.
So I'm gonna second the motion so we can get to discussion, because I don't
Oh,
want to leave
okay.
that lingering, because it feels. Yeah. So now we're at discussion, so.
Why, would you rather have the vice chair position?
No,
I'd rather have the fire commission position. It's all the same to you, but
no,
Oh,
that's
it
fine.
really doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I'll vote.
If you want it, you can have it.
No, that's fine.
Any other discussion?
I just have a question because I'm confused. Does that mean, Vic, you're stepping down from vice chair?
Not if I can have the fire commission, then I would consider it, because I don't want to be a position hog. But I would do,
Are you looking to be
Whatever,
vice
so-
chair?
I don't.
never mind, she wants to have the fire commission, I don't want her not to have it then.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so there's a
Let's vote.
motion, a second discussion, and we are going to say all in favor of the motion on the floor.
Aye.
Aye,
I,
okay.
Excuse me, but what was the motion on the floor?
To nominate Vicky to serve as the fire commission.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for having me back, I appreciate it.
I was confused too. I
It's
didn't
okay.
even vote.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion if anyone has one on the next item.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session for one MRSA 405C acquisition of real property.
I'll second.
Any discussion on that?
Could there be some discrete elaboration as to why, what this issue is? It's
General,
entitled
general
It's a-
assistance.
acquisition of real property, and
It's a general assistance.
It was tabled.
right, and I'm familiar with that, but just the connection between acquiring real property and something dealing with general assistance. I'm sorry,
So,
I'm
Joe,
not making the connection.
it's because there's confidential information, so we kind of have to be a little vague on
Okay.
what this is about.
Mhm.
It is about acquisition of real property, and you have your GA director here tonight to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, without, let's see, here's what MMA says for a motion on this. This is directly from MMA. Acquisition of real property for economic development.
Any other discussion on that?
This is executive session motion citations, a quick guide from MMA.
Mm-hmm.
So all in favor?
Hey,
David, are you in favor?
Yes.
All opposed?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go into executive session and we'll be back.